translation, and we are going ahead with another operon. We had seen that there are two operons. One was the negative feedback one and one is the positive one. So we have already seen the negative feedback one, that is inducer one, that was lactose was the inducer. I'll just give a quick recap of all the things that we had done in the last class, because हमने दो major processes last class में देखे थे बेटा, and that was translation and lacoperon, right? So okay, huh. So yesterday, not yesterday, that day, whatever. So in the last class, we had seen something called as the lactosoperon. So diagram say you will come to know that we had seen that there is a promoter to which our of this RNA polymerase will bind. यहाँ पर RNA polymerase bind हो जाता है promoter पे, and the regulator gene, which is called as the I gene, right, is going to get transcribed, means it will form your repressor mRNA. The repressor mRNA will get translated to form the repressor protein. Now, when inducer is not going to be present, that means when lactose is not present in the medium, the E. coli, the bacteria, that's the E. coli, are not going to produce any enzymes for the breakdown of lactose. Why are they not going to produce anything to break down the lactose? Because lactose है ही नहीं उनके मीडियम में. तो जो उनको प्रोवाइड किया गया है उसको उनको ब्रेक डाउन करना है. तो उनको प्रोवाइड किया गया है सपोज ग्लूकोज. देन अगर ग्लूकोज बनाया है, ग्लूकोज उनको यूज करने के लिए दिया है, तो डेफिनेटली दे वोंट यूज एनी machinery for the breakdown of lactose, right? So there is no question of breaking down the lactose. Therefore, they will not produce any enzyme that are otherwise going to be made. फाइन. तो क्या होगा, अगर इनको नहीं बनाना है, हमें लैक्टोज को ब्रेक डाउन करने के लिए जो तीन एंजाइम्स है, देयर आर 3 एंजाइम्स व्हिच आर रिस्पांसिबल फॉर द कंप्लीट डिग्रेडेशन ऑफ लैक्टोज, दैट इज बीटा गैलेक्टोसिडेज, परमेज एंड ट्रांसएसिटाइलेज. तो ये एंजाइम्स ई. कोलाई को बनाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. व्हाई इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी? बिकॉज इट इज नॉट देयर ओनली, लैक्टोज इज नॉट देयर ओनली. So why to make the machinery to break down the lactose? Therefore, what will happen? This repressor protein will go and it will attach to the operator region. So operator is another gene which is going to be controlling switch on switch off mechanism. जो है ये operator है, ये button है बेटा, अपने फैन का बटन कैसे होता है ना, वैसे है ये actually. So when the repressor will go and attach to the operator, RNA polymerase आगे जाके sigma factor lose ही नहीं करेगा. And you know already that when the sigma factor is not going to be lost, इधर जब RNA polymerase आके attach करेगा ये promoter पे, तो sigma factor loss ही नहीं करेगा. So you know that when the sigma factor is going to be attached to the enzyme, आगे का कुछ भी transcribe नहीं हो सकता है. So who is going to control that sigma factor should be lost or it should not be lost? The operator region. So it is going to operate the system of transcription of ZYA genes. So now there is no lactose. So operator ने sigma factor को lose होने से बचाया. But at the next moment, if we supply E. coli with lactose, अगर हमने lactose डाल दिया उनके medium में, then what would happen? Then the lactose would come and it would bind to the repressor protein. And when the repressor protein gets bound with the lactose molecule, it becomes inactive. That means it is not in the capacity to go and bind to the operator. तो अब ऑपरेटर पे जाके स्विच ऑफ करने के लिए प्रोटीन है ही नहीं, रिप्रेसर प्रोटीन है ही नहीं, तो क्या हो जाएगा बेटा? नाउ there is no one to stop the synthesis of LAC mRNA. So LAC mRNA is made up of Z mRNA, Y mRNA and A mRNA. Okay. और ये जो LAC mRNA बना है, it will undergo translation to form beta galactosidase, permease and transactase. Beta galactosidase is important, very important enzyme for breakdown of lactose. Permease is going to be something which is going to be responsible for taking in of the lactose molecules. And transacetylase, as the name says, is responsible for the transfer of acetyl group. In this way, the lactose will be completely broken down, right? This is what we have seen about the lac operon. Operons are only and only present in prokaryotes. And never ever you can see operons in eukaryotes. So what is an operon? A set of genes responsible for one function. So those entire set of genes will be called as operon. हमारे में कैसे होता है? How is it in the eukaryotic cells, beta? In eukaryotic cells, it is one gene, one function. Okay, so हमारे में lactase enzyme will be made, and this lactase enzyme will be used for breakdown of the lactose in eukaryotic cells. So we don't have three different enzymes that are responsible for the breakdown of the lactose, right? It is going to be lactase enzyme. It is going to be lactase enzyme. Okay, but the lactase enzyme is not produced in prokaryotes. Is it fine? Anyone having difficulty with lac operon? Come on, tell me. किसी को है doubt lac operon, or can I switch over to the next one? Come on, come on, come on, quickly. No difficulty. Understood lac operon perfectly. That's great. If you all have understood, it's really nice. It's actually very simple. It's very, very simple to understand. What are you typing? Okay, I'll wait. Others, come on. Yeah, see, this was your inducible lac operon of E. coli. Operator gene, promoter gene, regulator gene, repressor protein. Any difficulty? Operator gene is simple. See, it lies adjacent to the structural gene and directly controls the synthesis of mRNA over the structural gene. No issues, beta. Just pay attention. Operator lies to the promoter. Just now we saw, and the structural. It is switched off by the presence of repressor. So if the repressor protein goes and binds to the operator, the operon will be switched off. Okay, मतलब क्या? आगे ZY genes के जो ट्रांसक्रिप्शन है वो नहीं हो पाएंगे अगर ऑपरेटर ब्लॉक हो गया तो. और ऑपरेटर को कौन ब्लॉक करता है? हु इज गोइंग टू ब्लॉक द ऑपरेटर? ऑफ कोर्स द रिप्रेसर mRNA as repressor protein, right? So an inducer only when present can take away the repressor protein and switch on the gene that directs the structural genes to transcribe. Okay, so ये देखो, ये जो ऑपरेटर है इसके ऊपर अगर रिप्रेसर जाके अटैच हो गया ना तो ये ZY जीन्स ना बीटा गैलेक्टोसिडेज बना पाएगा, ना परमियस बना पाएगा, ना ट्रांसएसिटाइलेज बना पाएगा, राइट? फाइन. तो ऑपरेटर क्या करेगा? ऑपरेट करेगा. क्या ऑपरेट करेगा? कि सिग्मा फैक्टर जो है आरएनए पॉलीमरेज का, whether it should be lost for the transcription or it should be bound for no transcription. ओके, एंड ऑपरेटर को एक्चुअली किसने स्विच ऑफ किया है? रिप्रेसर प्रोटीन ने, राइट? हमें लगता है कि फैन स्विच ऑफ है, लेकिन बटन को कंट्रोल करने वाले कौन है? Who is the one who will control the button कि मुझे फैन चाहिए, मुझे फैन नहीं चाहिए? We are going to control ना. If I want the fan, I'll be the one who will switch on the button. If I don't want the fan, I am the one who will switch off the button. So I'm going to act like a repressor protein. Switch on and switch off will be in my control. Correct? But when I actually go and Yeah. So that's about our lac operon. So now we'll go ahead with the next one. That's going to be the tripoperon. Okay. So what is the strip? Okay. So what exactly is going to be the tripoperon is what we're going to talk about now. So let us see. After lac operon, my voice is cracking. Is it? Are you all able to hear me clearly or not? Now it's good. Okay. Okay. Fine. Let us talk about the repressible system, that is the tripoperon. Okay. So trip stands for tryptophan. So again, it's going to be in E. coli only. So E. coli is going to be your bacteria, as we all know, and we know that operons are only functional in prokaryotes, not in eukaryotes. So a repressible operon system is normally in its switch on state. So see बेटा, जो inducible operons होते हैं ना, वो generally switch off रहते हैं. मतलब जब inducer आएगा तभी वो on हो जाएंगे. और जो repressible operon होते हैं, they are generally in a switch on condition. Okay, तो inducible switch off condition मतलब क्या, जब inducer आएगा तब switch on होगा. repressible में क्या होगा, normally switch on है, मतलब normally it's going to be like continued for quite some time. Okay, so a repressible operon system is normally in its switch on state and continues to synthesize the metabolite till this metabolite is produced in an amount more than required, or else it becomes available to the cell from outside. इसका मतलब क्या है? Suppose, for example, आपके घर पे आप लोग खाना खाने के लिए बैठे हो and your whoever your mama or whoever is cooking रोटियां बना रही है, अगर वो गरम गरम रोटियां बेलती जा रही है, बनाती जा रही है, बनाती जा रही है ना? आप खाते जा रहे हो, खाते जा रहे हो, आप मतलब आपके घर के सारे लोग, राइट? एंड देन यू विल बी फुल. आप लोग बोलेंगे मम्मा बस, अब पेट भर गया ना, वी डोंट वांट. तो वो तब तक बनाती रहेगी रोटियां जब तक आप लोग खा रहे हो. बाद में आपका पेट भरने के बाद आप क्या बोलते हो? इनफ ऑफ इट, नाउ वी आर ऑलरेडी फुल, नाउ स्टॉप मेकिंग. So what is that? That is repressible. It's being made continuously till it's made in excess. Okay, it's made in excess. Now it is not going to be utilized. ऐसे कंडीशन में क्या होगा बेटा? ऐसे कंडीशन में she will stop making that, रोटी चपाती जो भी आप खा रहे हो ना, she will stop making those. Why she will stop making those? Because you all are full. Because it's made in excess, then it is going to be consumed. Okay, that is called as repressible. Did you all understand? So repress करता है. कौन repress करता है? Excess of the product ही repress करेगा कि नहीं बस हो गया, now I am not to be made. Fine. So that is what they are saying, that a metabolite is produced in amount more than required, then the metabolite itself is going to stop the process of its own making. That is called as repressible operon. Okay. So see, repressible operon system is commonly found in anabolic pathway. Okay. Example, tryptophan operon seen in E. coli. Okay. Inactive repressor plus co-repressor is equal to active repressor. Now, what do you mean by this particular sentence? I'll tell you once I explain the concept of repressible operon. It consists of the following: structural genes, या फिर we call them as structural operon, one and the same. These genes are meant for transcription of mRNA, which in turn synthesizes the protein, which in turn gets transformed into an enzyme. So we know that majority of the enzymes are proteins only. है ना? Tryptophan operon has got 5 structural genes. Lac operon had 3 structural genes, Z by A. Tryptophan operon has got 5 structural genes. And what are the names of it? C, E, D, C, B, A. A, B, C, D, E in ulta. Okay? So E, B, C, B, A. ऐसे 5 structural genes है. जैसे Z by A, 3 structural genes थे अपने lac operon में, वैसे ट्रिप्टोफैन में 5 जीन्स है, ठीक है। They lie in continuation and synthesize the enzyme for 5 steps of tryptophan synthesis. So we all know Z was synthesizing beta galactosidase, Y permease, A transacetylase. So each and every gene was producing one or the other different type of enzymes. Here they are saying that the enzymes are required for 5 steps of tryptophan operon. तो ट्रिप्टोफैन को सिंथेसाइज करने के लिए 5 अलग अलग जीन्स की जरूरत है, क्योंकि 5 अलग अलग एंजाइम्स बनाने हैं. इज इट ओके? अंडरस्टूड? या. So see, here also after the structural genes, we are going to have the operator gene. ट्रिप ओ कहते हैं हम लोग उसको. It lies adjacent to the structural gene, just like your ZY के बाजू में ऑपरेटर था ना, वैसे ये E के बाजू में ऑपरेटर होगा. Okay, so it lies adjacent to the structural gene and controls the functions of the structural gene, same like your lacoperon. कुछ difference है नहीं इसमें. Normally it is kept switched on. I told you repressors are generally switched on because the aporepressor gene does not bind to it. Now यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा wording अलग है but content same है. देखो बेटा, they are saying why is it switched on? Because the protein that the I gene is going to make, that is the repressor protein जो हम बोल रहे थे ना, जिसको हम repressor protein बोल रहे थे ना, वही है वो. इसको हम aporepressor कहते हैं. What we call it as aporepressor. In lacoperon we saw repressor mRNA. Repressor mRNA was making repressor protein. That is what we saw. Here repressor mRNA is going to produce, or this is going to produce aporepressor mRNA is going to produce aporepressor protein. Now what is the difference between repressor and aporepressor? I'll tell you that. Okay, repressor in your lacoperon could directly move to the operator and switch it off. बराबर है? We had seen that. Apo means without. So क्या होता है ना बेटा, ये जो aporepressor है ना, ये जो aporepressor है ना, वो बोल रहे हैं because the aporepressor produced by the regulator gene does not bind. तो aporepressor means it does not, it cannot move on its own. ओके तो ये जो एपोरिप्रेसर है वो रिप्रेसर के जैसा, मतलब रिप्रेसर प्रोटीन के जैसा, ये एपोरिप्रेसर प्रोटीन खुद जाके ऑपरेटर को बाइंड नहीं कर सकता है, उसको किसी की हेल्प चाहिए. एपोरिप्रेसर कैन नॉट मूव ऑन इट्स ओन टू स्विच ऑफ द ओपेरॉन, सो इट रिक्वायर्स द हेल्प ऑफ समवन, आफ्टर विच वो दो जब बाइंड हो जाएंगे ना, कौन? एपोरिप्रेसर प्लस समवन. Who is that someone? I'll tell you beta. Aporepressor plus that someone, when they will combine together na, only then they will move and switch off the operator. देखो ये एक मेजर डिफरेंस है ट्रिप्टोफैन में और लैकोपेरॉन में. लैकोपेरॉन में क्या हो रहा था, रिप्रेसर को अगर कोई, रिप्रेसर प्रोटीन को अगर कोई अटैच करता है तो वो ब्लॉक होता था, इट couldn't move. Like we saw repressor protein, when it got connected or when it got attached with the lactose molecule, it cannot move. ऑपरेटर स्विच ऑन हो गया. यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है, जब तक एपोरिप्रेसर के साथ कोई आके मिलता नहीं है तब तक वो मूव नहीं करेगा. अंडरस्टूड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन रिप्रेसर एंड एपोरिप्रेसर प्रोटीन? Repressor protein can move on its own. Aporepressor protein cannot move on its own. Repressor protein gets blocked. It cannot move when attached to the lactose. On the other hand, aporepressor needs to bind to someone to get attached to the operator. Any confusion in this? Come on. This is a very important point. Very, very important point. Have you all followed this? Have you all followed this? Any difficulty in understanding this? Repressor cannot move on its own. Repressor can move on its own. Aporepressor cannot move on its own. Okay, repressor protein can move on its own. Aporepressor protein cannot move on its own. First point. ठीक है. Second point, repressor protein when binds with lactose becomes immovable. Aporepressor when binds with tryptophan. Chalo, I'll tell you who is that. Aporepressor when binds with tryptophan, only then it can move. दोनों points clear beta. Again I'm repeating. Repressor protein can move on its own. Rather, when it gets attached to the lactose molecule, it cannot move. Exactly opposite is the case of aporepressor. Aporepressor cannot move on its own. It can only move when it gets connected with tryptophan. Is it now clear? Very, very much clear to all of you all? Pakka? No confusion in your minds? I don't want anyone of you all to be confused with this point, my dears. Fine? Okay? Now see what happens. The operator gene is switched off when a co-repressor is available along with aporepressor. So ये co-repressor is nothing but the tryptophan molecule itself. As I said, जो end product है, ये जो operon है, ये किसके लिए है? To make tryptophan. When tryptophan will be made in excess, the excess molecule will come and bind to the aporepressor. So this tryptophan molecule will be called as co-repressor. So aporepressor plus co-repressor join हो गए, move करे, operator को attach करे. समझा? समझा? Okay. So who is the co-repressor over here? The tryptophan molecule. Fine. So see, the operator gene is switched off when the co-repressor is available along with the aporepressor. Promoter gene, it marks the site at which the RNA polymerase enzyme binds everywhere. Promoter मतलब RNA polymerase का binding. जहां जहां ये promoter word आता है ना, RNA polymerase binding, ये याद रखिएगा. Fine. When the operator gene is switched on, it moves from promoter gene to the structural gene for transcription. Obviously, RNA polymerase will move from the promoter gene to structural gene for making the mRNA. Regulator gene, it promotes a regulator protein called as aporepressor. Just now, as I said, the I gene, as we say, or we call it as inactive repressor, blocking the activity of the operator gene. So the same thing which I said just now. So बाकी सब same है बेटा. क्या क्या है, क्या क्या नहीं है, वो डायग्राम से और क्लियर हो जाएगा. Aporepressor, it's a regulatory protein synthesized by the regulator gene when a co-repressor substance is available in the cell. Means what? Tryptophan in this case. The aporepressor combines with the co-repressor. Right? So the aporepressor, co-repressor complex. ठीक है? This complex, जब ये दोनों attach होते हैं, only then, as I said, this complex can move and attach with the operator gene to switch it off. तो operator को अगर हमने block कर दिया तो switch off. ठीक है ना? बराबर है ना? अब कोई भी ब्लॉक करे, चाहे वो repressor ब्लॉक करे as in case of lac operon, या फिर aporepressor co-repressor complex ब्लॉक करे as in case of ट्रिपोपेरॉन. ऑपरेटर को ब्लॉक होने के बाद आगे का प्रोसेस बंद हो जाता है. As simple as that, right? So see, this complex binds with the operator gene and switches it off. Okay? Presence of aporepressor alone, the operator gene is kept switched on because by itself the aporepressor is unable to back the working of operator gene. So alone aporepressor cannot move and alone it cannot go block the operator. ठीक है? Co-repressor. Co-repressor is the end product of the reaction by enzymes produced by the structural gene. Here it's going to be tryptophan. In the presence of tryptophan, some molecules of tryptophan act as co-repressors. Right? Co-repressor bind with the inactive repressor or aporepressor is one and the same. Co-repressor and aporepressor is one and the same. Inactive repressor and aporepressor is one and the same. ठीक है? तो ये देखो यहाँ पर वो लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं, द co-repressor binds with the inactive repressor. Inactive repressor means who is your inactive repressor? APO. Inactive repressor co-repressor complex will then bind with the operator region and prevent the binding of RNA polymerase to the promoter to switch off the trip operon. Simple है, ये देखो बेटा. The repressor molecule has a key role in regulation of lacperon. Repressor molecule may be active or inactive. Active repressor may be inactive by adding of an inducer, while the inactive repressor can be made active by a co-repressor. Okay? Because the product of regulator gene, the repressor acts by shutting off the transcription of structural gene of the operon model as originally proposed by Carmona and is referred to as negative control. So positive control बताया, देखो इससे आपको बहुत ही समझ में आएगा what I'm, though it looks complicated, it is very, just look at it. ये देखो बेटा, ये है अपना DNA, this is the promoter, this is your regulator, इसमें वो इज लैगिंग, I'll do one thing. Just give me a minute. I'll do one thing. Now it's fine. Now it's fine. Just tell me. Is it better now? Okay. Okay. Now this is very simple. Don't worry. It is not at all difficult. Just pay very good attention to each and every word that I'm, like going to be explaining you all. ठीक है? ये देखो. This is your operon. यहाँ पर है promoter. Promoter मतलब कौन आके attach हो जाएगा? Who will attach over here? Come on, tell me. Who attaches to the promoter? जल्दी से मुझे आंसर चाहिए. Who attaches with the promoter? Just now I told you, promoter मतलब attachment of whom? Transcription याद करो बच्चा. No one? Very good, Himanshu. Very good, Himanshu. Perfect. Perfect answer, Himanshu. No, bacha, not active repressor. Who is going to come and attach to the promoter? Promoter bole to. Sonali, very nice, my dear. Perfect answer. Come on, others. Others. Promoter is equal to attachment of dash. Always. Let it be lac operon, let it be trip operon, let it be R transcription. Arey, you're wrong or right, doesn't matter. Type your answer quickly. I don't mind even if you go wrong. Ashita, you're right. Komal, you're right, beta. Parnavi, very good. Very good, Parnavi. Very nice. Very good. Yes. So, what do you mean by a promoter? Promoter is equal to attachment of RNA polymerase. ये mind में fix कर लो. Okay. What is to be fixed in your mind? प्रमोटर पे आरएनए पॉलीमरेज अटैच होता है, बाकी कोई अटैच नहीं होता है प्रमोटर पे. कौन अटैच होता है हमेशा? Who is going to get attached? Who is going to get attached? Come on, quickly tell me. Always. Promoter means what? Promoter means attachment of RNA polymerase. Promoter means attachment of RNA polymerase. ये लिख लो, 100 times लिख लो ये चीज. Write down this 100 times today's homework. Huh? Promoter will always be attached with RNA polymerase. Promoter will always get attached with RNA polymerase. या फिर RNA polymerase will only attach at the promoter region. ये 100 बार लिख लो. नहीं तो वापस मैं जब पूछूंगी ना रिवीजन के टाइम पे, अगर मुझे ऐसे ब्लैंक आंसर्स मिलेंगे तो मैं आपके घर पे आके है ना एक एक को फटके दे दूंगी। सीरियसली बोल रही हूँ, आई कम टू योर हाउस एंड आई please write down this 100 times. What is it? RNA polymerase will only and only bind with the promoter. Okay, so यहाँ पर जो है promoter लिखा है, so here there will be RNA polymerase, you will come and attach over here, right? Now this RNA polymerase is going to produce what? mRNA of this gene. The name of this gene is TRPR. ये mRNA बनाया, mRNA will undergo translation to form a protein. Okay, this protein is going to be called as inactive repressor or it's going to be called as aporepressor. What we call it as? Inactive repressor या फिर aporepressor. इधर तक कहानी समझ में आ गई? So promoter will be recognized by RNA polymerase. It will attach at the promoter site. The RNA polymerase का sigma factor निकल जाएगा. TRPR will be copied to form mRNA. This mRNA will then get translated to form aporepressor या फिर inactive repressor. इधर तक की कहानी समझी? All of you? Okay. Now what happens? See. Now what happens? Just see. This inactive repressor cannot go and bind to the operator all alone. ये नहीं जा सकता है, ये अकेला नहीं जा सकता है. तो अगर ये जाके इधर अटैच नहीं होगा, ये ऑपरेटर रीजन है. कैन यू सी ऑपरेटर? है ना? तो ये ऑपरेटर रीजन है बेटा. तो जब तक ये रेड वाला इनएक्टिव रिप्रेसर जाके ऑपरेटर को स्विच ऑफ नहीं करेगा, तब तक ट्रिप ई, ट्रिप बी, ट्रिप सी, ट्रिप बी, ट्रिप ए एमआरएनए बनाते जाएंगे, बिकॉज ऑपरेटर को हमने स्विच ऑफ नहीं किया है. इज इट ओके? इज इट ओके? फाइन. So though this inactive repressor is formed, it is not in the capacity to move alone and switch off the operator or block the operator. तो क्या हो गया? Operator region खुला है, चालू है, स्विच ऑन है. तो क्या हो गया? ट्रिप ई ने उसका प्रोटीन बना लिया, ट्रिप डी ने उसका प्रोटीन बना लिया, ट्रिप सी ने उसका प्रोटीन बना लिया, ट्रिप बी ने उसका प्रोटीन बना लिया, ट्रिप ए ने उसका प्रोटीन बना लिया. मतलब ए बी सी डी ई क्या बन गए? प्रोटीन्स बन गए. द पॉलीपेप्टाइड सब यूनिट्स will then make up the enzymes for tryptophan synthesis. So E, B, C, B, A, all of these will come together and what will they form? Tryptophan. Okay. So now tryptophan बनता जा रहा है, बनता जा रहा है, बनता जा रहा है, कंटिन्यूसली tryptophan बनता जा रहा है. लेकिन अब इतना ज्यादा बन गया कि अब उसकी जरूरत नहीं है और ज्यादा बनाने की. Okay, it's already made in excess, so that excess molecules of tryptophan, the excess molecules of tryptophan will now come and get attached with the inactive repressor. So you can see over here, ये जो tryptophan which is going to act as co-repressor will come and bind with the inactive repressor, or we call this as aporepressor. So now aporepressor plus co-repressor is going to make active repressor. So now these two together, as I said, it cannot go alone. As I said, it cannot go alone. But when it combines with the co-repressor, then it is going to move and it is going to block the operator region. So ये देखो, अब ये जो region free था, it is going to get blocked by this particular co-repressor, aporepressor complex. Is it fine? Now it's clear. Now because this operator is switched off, this particular promoter region में से ये जो RNA polymerase है, ये देखो, you can see this is the RNA polymerase. So this is also the RNA polymerase only. So this RNA polymerase cannot move ahead because it is going to be stopped by the co-repressor, aporepressor complex, and therefore no RNA can be made. Means no mRNA can be made. So trip E, trip D, trip C, trip B, trip A. Even if the genes are present, even if the structural genes are available, they cannot be transcribed. Okay? Why they cannot be transcribed? Because the operator is blocked. Who has blocked the operator? The inactive repressor or the aporepressor. When combined with the co-repressor, only then the operator is blocked in this particular case. Got this? Understood? So when the tryptophan is present in excess, when the tryptophan is present in excess, why will they use so much of energy to produce something which is already in excess? Agreed? So in that case, they will stop the operons. They will stop the operon, means they will stop the synthesis of tryptophan. Now imagine that all the tryptophan that was made in excess has been used up. Okay. Now imagine all the tryptophan that was made in excess has been used up. Now they again have to synthesize the tryptophan molecule. Yes or no? पूरा का पूरा tryptophan जितना excess में था खत्म हो गया. So again they have to start the production of the tryptophan molecules. When will they start the tryptophan molecules? Only when your operator is going to get free. Right or wrong? So operator कब free होगा बेटा? Operator कब free होगा? जब ये कॉम्प्लेक्स में से ये लास्ट ट्रिप्टोफैन मॉलिक्यूल निकाले जाएंगे. हाँ या ना? Correct? So now the last option that remains with the E. coli to take the tryptophan are only these molecules which are attached to the this operator region. So वो क्या करेगा? They will pluck out, they will snatch the tryptophan molecule attached with the repressor or aporepressor. And now what will happen? That aporepressor without the co-repressor is going to fall down. The operator will become free again. And once the operator becomes free, again this process of tryptophan production will go on. Did you all understand this entire process of trypoperon? Anyone having any difficulty with the trypoperon? It's a very beautiful and very simple process if you understand. Any doubts? Come on, tell me quickly. Have you all followed this trypoperon and lacoperon? हाँ या ना? किसी को कोई डिफिकल्टी है ट्रिप में? Now compare lac and trip together, so it will be easy for you all. Okay, now you have seen the trypoperon. One more time I'm explaining the trypoperon quickly. Pay attention. The promoter will be attached with RNA polymerase. The RNA polymerase will transcribe TRIPR. That is, your mRNA will be produced for this particular gene. This mRNA will be translated to form the aporepressor or inactive repressor. This aporepressor cannot go and bind to the operator alone. For it to move, it requires co-repressor. So though this repressor is made, it is of no use. It cannot go and block the operator region. Therefore, the operator region remains free. The RNA polymerase, which is now going to be at this position of the promoter region, is going to move ahead and make trip E mRNA, trip B mRNA, trip C mRNA, trip B mRNA, trip A mRNA. Okay, so these mRNAs will ultimately get translated to form EDCBA proteins. These proteins will combine together to form the enzyme required for tryptophan synthesis. Okay, so these enzymes are going to be responsible for the formation of tryptophan. Now, tryptophan is being synthesized continuously, and this tryptophan, when becomes in excess, that means now the E. coli does not use the tryptophan that is made because it's made in too much excess. So these tryptophan molecules, which have been made in excess, will come and bind with the aporepressor or the inactive repressor to form aporepressor co-repressor complex, that is active repressor. Now this complex will go and bind to the operator region. When it blocks the operator region, the RNA polymerase cannot surpass it, cannot cross it, and remains before the operator region only. Therefore, the new production of the mRNA, new production of protein, new production of enzymes is automatically stopped. The excess of tryptophan molecules will be used up by the E. coli, and when there is no tryptophan available, the E. coli will go in search of the last rescues. So the last rescued molecules will be the ones which will be attached with the complex. They will snatch those. And once they snatch these two tryptophan molecules, the aporepressor becomes alone. It will get, it will fall down, causing unmasking, unblocking of the operator region. Once that aporepressor falls down, the polymerase again starts to transcribe the TRPE, TRPD, TRPC, TRPB, TRPA genes to continue the process. Okay? No, no. Tryptophan is not mRNA, beta. Tryptophan is going to be the end product. Okay? Tryptophan is going to be the end product, which will come and attached over here. Okay, so ये देखो, this is the co-repressor. Tryptophan is the co-repressor. mRNA तो ये है, ये देखो, ये mRNA है. ये mRNA क्या करेगा? ये proteins बनाएगा. Proteins will then get converted into enzymes, and these enzymes will then result in the formation of tryptophan. Easy now, bacha. Got this very clearly? Anyone having any difficulty with trypoperon and lacoperon? If yes, please tell me if there is any problem. No worries, no issues. It's a very, yeah, actually, beta Komal, you're right. It's a very lovely mechanism. Okay. Well, so this is about your lacoperon and trypoperon. Inducible and repressible. Inducible is lactose, repressible is tryptophan. Okay. Well, so that's all with your types of operons that we had to study. And finally, we come to the types of genes which are going to be seen. My dears, all these contents are not given in your textbooks. They have just used the words, and you will really be lost. Even if ratta maro these things from your textbook, now you will not follow a single word if any twisted question would come. And molecular biology is always going to be asked as a twisted question. It would never come as your direct questions. So to understand the concepts very clearly, please follow these notes. These notes are very, very, very important, very, very, very crucial. Okay? Okay. Let us see what are the types of genes. All genes do not play the same role, nor all genes are active all the time. So हमारे DNA के ऊपर जो genes है ना, ये genes हमें क्या लगता है? They are the ones which are responsible for protein synthesis. They are the ones which are very important for expression. Agreed. But what are they saying? All genes are not playing the same role. And secondly, all genes are not active all the time. Okay, fine. With regard to their role and activity, the genes are of following types. Now you would understand this very perfectly. Just see. First is the jumping genes. Jumping genes, it is a segment of DNA which moves from one chromosome to another chromosome within a genome of an individual. Okay, so एक segment है ये DNA का, which will keep on jumping or moving from one chromosome to another chromosome. Okay, McClintock in the year 1983 got a Nobel Prize for the discovery of jumping genes in males, Zia males. Okay, two transposable controlling elements, DNA, which jump to any chromosome from their original location on chromosome number 9 was found in Zia males. Okay, so Zia males में क्या मिला उनको कि chromosome number 9 जो है ना, chromosome number 9 जो है ना, उसमें से ओरिजिनल लोकेशन ऑफ क्रोमोसोम नंबर 9 से ये जंपिंग जीन्स मूव कर रहे थे, कंट्रोलिंग एलिमेंट्स थे और एक्टिवेटर्स थे जो जंप कर रहे थे एक क्रोमोसोम से दूसरे क्रोमोसोम पे। Also in bacteria, plasmid transposon carry genes for antibiotic resistance. So, sir has already taught you biotechnology is what I came to know because so biotech mein you have already seen where is the antibiotic resistance gene, ampicillin resistance gene. You have seen that now. That part is done. Acha, today you have started. Okay. So we'll come to know there is something called as PBR 322 in which you can very clearly see ampicillin ke genes kidhar hai, tetracycline ke genes kidhar hai, how are they going to be, giving resistance. Everything sir will teach you in the biotech ka chapter. So there you will come to know. So ye jo TRP gene सॉरी टीआरपी बोल रही हूँ टेट्रासाइक्लिन जीन एंड पेनिसिलिन जीन्स ये जो दो है दे आर गोइंग टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ अ प्लाज्मिड okay so they are saying also in bacterial plasmid transposon carry genes for antibiotic resistance for ampicillin so sir will teach you all these things of course. Second type is overlapping genes. So one type of gene is jumping genes, which will keep on moving from one chromosome to another chromosome. That is going to be your jumping genes. Okay. The second one is going to be what? Overlapping. अब overlapping genes क्या होते हैं? ये देखते हैं. So a few genomes of the bacteria and animal virus code for two different polypeptides. Okay. So a few genes in bacteria and animal virus code for two different polypeptides. These are called as overlapping genes. For example, in 5X174 and SV40 virus. तो overlap होते हैं मतलब क्या होते हैं? They are going to be actually overlapping each other, the segments. So in one virus, it will code for something else, and in another virus, it will code for something else. ठीक है, दोनों वायरस की बातें हो रही है, not in you and me. So that is overlapping genes. Only a few genes are going to be seen in bacteria and viruses. Constitutive genes, these are most important, जिसको हम housekeeping genes कहते हैं. These genes are expressed constantly. There is no control over these housekeeping genes. Housekeeping क्या होता है? What is housekeeping? If you have been to any, like आप अगर कहीं बाहर गाँव गए हो और अगर वहाँ पर अगर आपने होटल्स में वहाँ पर आपका स्टे है तो वहाँ पर हाउसकीपिंग स्टाफ होता है पता है आपको दे हैव टू वर्क 24/7 हाउसकीपिंग डिपार्टमेंट हैज टू वर्क 24/7 कहीं कहीं पर अगर आपने गलती से पानी गिरा दिया हाँ या फिर छोटा सा एक इंसेक्ट भी आ गया यू कॉल द हाउसकीपिंग पीपल they'll come and they'll immediately take the control of it so they have to work continuously so these are constitutive genes constantly they have to keep on working no one can switch them off no one can stop their function they have to express their product continuously these are called as constitutive genes understood so these genes are expressed constantly because their products are constantly needed for cellular activities. So there are certain activities which are going to be carried out in our body continuously. For example, genes for glycolysis. You know what is glycolysis, right? Glucose 2, glucose 2 है कि किससे क्या है? What is glycolysis? Come on, tell me. Can you all tell me the end product of glycolysis? चलो चलो इतना तो मेरे लिए कर दो पूरी साइकिल नहीं पूछ रही हूँ what is the end product of glycolysis I want all of you all to answer this question now please excellence Sneha Singh very very good first one to answer the like give the right answer very good Preksha very good beta चलिए who's this Arya very nice Arya very nice yes end product of glycolysis quickly very good Devang right answer Sonali, right answer. Manan, right answer. Viva, correct answer, bacha. Very good, very good. Samiksha, very good. Very good. Come on, others, all of you all. Okay, Komal, right answer. Right answer, beta. Come on, others. End product of glycolysis क्या है? You're right, but I don't know what's your name is not coming. It's like the roll number is 15, I guess. Yeah. Roll number BP01NE15. Your answer is also right. Roll number 18, WA, roll number 18 is also right. Correct answer. Okay, you're Sia. Okay, Sia, your right answer, beta. Well, so, Sarah, you're also correct. Perfect answer. Tanvi, correct answer. Who is this? 2, 3, 4, 5. Even your answer is correct. Yes, Tanvi, right answer. Ashita, right answer. Prachi, correct answer. Okay, fine, Vichal. So you all remember at least that the end product of glycolysis is pyruvic acid. Okay, yeah. So from glucose to pyruvic acid, whatever enzymes are required, right? Whatever enzymes are required, you know that it's a 10-step process, and for this 10-step process, you require 10 different enzymes. Correct now? I've also taught you all the enzymes also. Now these enzymes have to be produced continuously. So for this enzyme production, these 10 enzymes production, there are 10 genes. For these 10 enzymes production, we have got 10 genes. And these 10 genes belong to which category of genes? They belong to constitutive genes. Means these enzymes are continuously functional because they are going to be continuously required for breakdown of glucose. Did you all understand the meaning of constitutive genes? Housekeeping genes constantly expressed. So there is no one to control or stop or take charge of these housekeeping genes. इनको बनाते रहना पड़ेगा continuously. Okay, so that is what they are saying, that in human beings or in eukaryotes, how is the condition? One gene, one function. So as you know, hexokinase is one enzyme. So there is going to be a gene which will be responsible for making the enzyme hexokinase. So this gene, which is going to make hexokinase, is an example of constitutive gene. Fine. Similarly, the last one is pyruvate kinase enzyme. As you remember, like all the 10 enzymes, the last one is pyruvate kinase. So to make pyruvate kinase, there is going to be one gene in us. This gene, which is going to make pyruvate kinase, is an example of constitutive gene. Is it fine now? Is it okay? Fine? Yeah. Similarly, they are saying gene for ATPase enzyme. So we all know about the electron transport system. We know ATP synthetase, we know ATPase, है ना? तो ये एंजाइम्स जो होते हैं ना बेटा, उनके लिए जो जीन्स रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, they are not going to be under anyone's influence. They are not going to be controlled by anyone. They are going to be expressed continuously. Okay, so first were your jumping genes, second one your overlapping genes, third are going to be the constitutive genes. All three okay? Fourth one, non-constitutive, they are called as luxury genes or they are called as smart genes. Okay, इसका मतलब क्या है? They are very smart. Means what? They will only speak up when required. जैसे तुम लोग हो ना, तुम लोग में से बहुत सारे लोग बहुत ज्यादा नॉन कॉन्स्टिट्यूटिव हो, हाँ, पूछने के बाद भी आंसर नहीं करते हो, हालांकि आंसर आपको पता है, लेकिन कष्ट कौन लेगा टाइपिंग करने के, है या नहीं? Few of you all are non-constitutive in the real sense. What is that? You are so smart that only when I ask you, you answer the question. Correct? So what do you mean by smart genes or luxury genes? Expressed only when required. Time pass के लिए कुछ नहीं. जब जरूरत है तो express करेंगे, नहीं तो नहीं. Right? So what are those? See, these genes remain silent and are expressed only when the gene product is needed. Right? So only when required, they are going to speak up. That means they are going to express themselves. Fine? They are called as luxury. Luxury क्या होती है? Luxury क्या होती है बेटा? Basic necessity के अलावा luxury है. Whatever is basic necessity, you require it continuously. But कभी कभार आइसक्रीम खाना is a luxury, right? In that way, कभी कभार जो एक्सप्रेस करने की जरूरत पड़े तो ही एक्सप्रेस होंगे, दोज आर योर नॉन कॉन्स्टिट्यूटिव, स्मार्ट या फिर लग्जरी जीन्स. Okay, see, they are switched on or off according to their requirement of the cellular activities. Non-constitutive genes are of two types: inducible, repressible. So now you know what I'm trying to tell you all about, right? The inducible genes are switched on in the presence of a chemical substance called as inducer, which we have seen in lacoperon. Lactose was an inducer required for the functioning of the gene activity. So your Z gene, Y gene, A gene, ये जो structural genes है, ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ तभी एक्सप्रेस करेंगे जब जरूरत पड़े, नहीं तो नहीं करेंगे. As in case of inducer, the repressible genes continue to express themselves till a chemical. You know what is the name of that chemical in our case? Often the end product of the metabolism inhibits or represses their activity. So here is going to be the tryptophan, which is the end product, which will repress the activity, right? Such type of inhibition is called as feedback inhibition or feedback repression. ठीक है, तो ये कंट्रोल किया जाता है कि जब चाहिए तब एक्सप्रेस होगा, जब नहीं चाहिए तो एक्सप्रेस नहीं होगा. तो ZYA of lacoperon are non-constitutive. EDCBA of tripoperon are also non-constitutive. Got this? Now you understood what are the different types of genes that are going to be present. So that TRIP-R या फिर द आई जीन, यू रिमेम्बर लैकोपेरॉन में मैंने PIP दिखाया था आपको, या फिर अभी ट्रिप में मैंने आपको क्या दिखाया था, प्रमोटर, ट्रिप-R, प्रमोटर, है ना. तो ट्रिप-R एंड आई आपको क्या लग रहा है, दे बिलोंग टू विच पर्टिकुलर कैटेगरी? दे बिलोंग टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूटिव और दे बिलोंग टू नॉन कॉन्स्टिट्यूटिव? कम ऑन. द आई जीन ऑफ लैकोपेरॉन एंड द TRP-R ऑफ द ट्रिपोपेरॉन कहाँ बिलोंग करेंगे, थर्ड कैटेगरी को या फोर्थ कैटेगरी को? चलो बताओ बेटा, थोड़ा सा अभी दिमाग पे जोर देना. टेल मी द आंसर क्विकली. वेरी गुड देवांग, वेरी गुड, परफेक्ट आंसर, एक्सीलेंट आंसर देवांग, सही बात है, बिल्कुल सही. चलो बाकी के लोग बोलो बेटा, थर्ड कैटेगरी और द फोर्थ कैटेगरी. नीड नॉट टाइप एंटायर कॉन्स्टिट्यूटिव, नॉन कॉन्स्टिट्यूटिव, इतना मत टाइप करो. 3 या 4, चलो ऑप्शन. Excellent. Who is this? Arya. Very nice. Perfect answer. Perfect answer. Very good. Devang has given the right answer. Arya has given the right answer. Others. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Preksha, you're right. Preksha, you're right. It's not a question mark. It's a correct answer, Preksha. Very good. मैं लेके जाऊँ आपको उस डायग्राम पे वापस. Lacoperon, promoter, I gene is going to make repressible mRNA and repressible protein. वो I gene की बात कर रही हूँ मैं. या फिर ट्रिपोपेरॉन पे प्रमोटर TRP-R to make your inactive repressor mRNA to make your inactive repressor protein. Come on. Now at least tell me third or fourth. अरे इतना डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है. जो कंटिन्यूसली एक्सप्रेस होता रहेगा वो थर्ड है, जो जब चाहिए तब लगेगा वो फोर्थ है. हाँ सोनाली, वेरी गुड बेटा, करेक्ट आंसर. So all those, I think most of you all have given me the right answer. Yeah. So your I and your TRIP-R are the genes which are going to be belonging to your constitutive genes. Okay. So वो mRNA और वो प्रोटीन कंटिन्यूसली बनता ही रहेगा चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए. But ZYA of lacoperon and EDCBA of tripoperon will be non-constitutive. Fine. Got this? Okay. Then we have got homeotic genes. Homeotic genes regulate the organ differentiation in embryo. तो ये बहुत ही important है. Embryonic stage में we have already seen human reproduction chapter last year. So you already know that how the organ differentiation is going to take place. So these homeotic genes are responsible for this organ differentiation in case of embryo. Fourth, you're right, Devang, you're right. It comes under fourth. You're perfectly right. You're perfectly correct. Okay? Yeah. So what is homeotic genes you understood? Only active during the embryonic stage for organ differentiation. Homeobox, it is related to transcription of the homeotic gene. So homeotic gene का transcription कराने के लिए homeobox की जरूरत होती है. तो homeobox क्या करेगा? Homeotic gene का transcription आगे बढ़ाता जाएगा और homeotic gene organ differentiation बनाने में काम में आएंगे. Fine. If mutation takes place in the homeotic gene, organ formation is disturbed. So sometimes you might have seen, small kids with some deformities in their organ development. किसी किसी के heart में hole होता है. सुना है आपने ये? Have you all heard about this? That this particular person is having a hole in the heart. Some of the people have got one like eye छोटा होता है, एक eye normal होता है. Some have got the ear wrapped up in the form of samosa. देखा है आपने ये? सुना है आपने ये बेटा? तो ये जो सारी चीजें है, या फिर कभी कभी there is difference in the length of the feet. I mean leg जो है ना, एक normal होता है, एक थोड़ा छोटा होता है. So all these organ differentiations are going to be purely associated with the homeotic genes. So if there is any particular mutation in the homeotic genes, it is going to result in the disturbance in the formation of the organs. Fine. So that is what is said that during the pregnancies, the mother has to be very careful because she should not get exposed to X-rays or radiations because they are mutagens. They are the ones who might have some mutational effect on the developing embryo. That means it may alter the homeotic genes. And if the homeotic genes undergo alterations, modifications, mutations, it's ultimately going to result in the disturbance in the organ formations. Okay. Sixth is pseudoalleles. I'm sure pseudoalleles you have already studied in principles of inheritance. So you might be knowing the ratio of pseudoalleles also. So allele which is located on non-homologous chromosome or gene which is located on different locus of the homogeneous chromosome produces identical phenotype as pseudoalleles, which are also called as duplicate genes. So I'm sure you might have done epistasis, that is dominant epistasis, recessive epistasis, duplicate genes, complementary genes, pseudoalleles, then collaborative genes, supplementary genes. ये सारे आपने प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस के चैप्टर में किए होंगे, है ना? तो उसमें आपको pseudoalleles ऑलरेडी पढ़ाया होगा डेफिनेटली सर ने. तो व्हाट इज द रेशियो ऑफ pseudoalleles? What is the ratio of pseudoalleles, beta? बताओ ना. Dominant epistasis का ratio, recessive epistasis का ratio, collaborative genes, supplementary genes, inhibitory genes, complementary genes, duplicate genes. इसके सारे ratios पढ़ाए होंगे ना? A favorite question of all the examiners every year ये आता है ratio based questions. इसको मत भूलो भाई, प्लीज, फॉर गॉड सेक डोंट टेल मी दैट भूल गए. टेल मी द रेशियो ऑफ pseudoalleles. बताओ बताओ, अरे कुछ तो बोलो. Principles of inheritance, neo-Mendelism. Under neo-Mendelism, this particular topic comes. वो भी बताओ अभी मैं ही. मेंडल किया है आपने. मेंडल में आपने 1 जीन इनहेरिटेंस, 2 जीन इनहेरिटेंस, हाँ, टेस्ट क्रॉस, रेसिप्रोकल क्रॉस, ये सारे किए हैं कि नहीं? That comes under your Mendelism. Neo-Mendelism में you might have done definitely epistasis. You don't remember the ratios. That is not an answer. Okay, chalo fine. Don't tell me what is the ratios. Just tell me what is pseudo alleles और डुप्लीकेट जीन्स का एग्जाम्पल बताओ कि ये किस में दिखाई देता है. व्हाट इज द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ इट? नो नो, इट्स नॉट 1:2:1. किस 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 ऑर्गेनिज्म में सूडो एलील्स को स्टडी किया गया था? नो, इट्स नॉट ड्रोसोफिला बेटा. ड्रोसोफिला इज मॉर्गेनियन जेनेटिक्स. Drosophila is Morganian genetics. Mr. Morgan had studied completely on Drosophila, not grasshopper, pseudoallelism. Okay, no, 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 not sickle cell. No, not sickle cell, beta. It's not an animal, it's a plant in which pseudoalleles have been studied. Okay, it's seen in the Cucurbita pepo. It's studied in Cucurbita pepo ka fruit shape. Okay, that is round, disc, and elongated. The ratio is 9:6:1. Pseudoalleles ka. Anyway, so that's about the pseudoalleles. So what do you mean by? अच्छा इतना तो बताओ मुझे कि pseudoalleles comes under which particular category? All these whatever I said na, epistasis में dominant epistasis, recessive epistasis, supplementary genes, complementary genes, pseudoalleles, duplicate genes, collaborative genes, they all come under which particular category? No, they aren't linked genes. They aren't linked genes. No, not at all. Polygenes, they come under what? हाँ, Sneha, you're right. Sneha Singh, you're right, beta. It is intergenic interaction, not intragenic. Intergenic का मतलब क्या होता है समझते हो आप? Suppose in a cell there is going to be homologous chromosome, right? Correct. Now this homologous chromosome में अगर कुछ interaction हो रहा है, it's a normal thing to happen. That is your normal crossing over वाला event that should happen. Correct. Even if capital A small a is going to be present, then the influence of capital A small a is also correct. वो भी एक दूसरे के ऊपर होना चाहिए. But capital A small a is influencing capital P small p of a non-homologous chromosome. That is intergenic inheritance. So chromosome number 5 is having an influence on chromosome number 11. Technically, 11 is a different pair of homologous chromosome. 5 is a different pair of homologous chromosome. But 5 is controlling the 11th chromosome is something called as intergenic inheritance. So all these examples, whatever I said just now, are non-homologous chromosomes controlling each other. So that is what they are saying. An allele which is located on non-homologous chromosome. So fifth chromosome पे capital A है, for example, or the gene which is on different locus of homologous chromosomes. Okay, मतलब fifth chromosome पे capital A है, which is going to control what? The P of 11th chromosome. A is controlling, capital A is controlling the expression of capital P on 11th chromosome. समझ में आ गया? तो इस तरीके के जो इंटरैक्शंस है ना, दे आर कॉल्ड एज इंटरजेनिक इंटरैक्शंस. Okay, so that is what definitely you have studied in principles, so I'm not going in details about it right now. So pseudoallele is going to be an intergenic interaction. Fine. Seventh is isoallele. If several alleles exhibit same phenotype, then they are said to be isoallele. In Drosophila, W plus C, W plus S, W plus 9 produce red eye color. So ये सारे आपने genes पढ़े होंगे. WC, WS, W9. W plus means what? Wild type. C, S, 9, they are going to produce red color in Drosophila, red color eye. Okay. So that is what is your iso. Iso means similar. Isoalleles. Got this? So these are few types of genes which have been seen in different organisms. But constitutive and non-constitutive are present in all organisms. All. Okay? Well, that's all with our part 2. That's all with our part 2 of molecular biology. So I have already told you in the beginning that molecular biology or molecular basis of inheritance chapter is divided into 3 particular sections, out of which we have completed the first and the second. And on Thursday, we'll go ahead with the third section. From this week onwards, Tuesday's lectures would be from 9:30 to 11, and Thursday's lectures would be normal 10 to 12. Is it fine? So I won't take a very long time of you all, almost 11. So we'll stop for today, and Thursday we'll go ahead with the third part of this particular chapter. That is going to be something which is uh, simple yet complicated. That means unless and until you don't, you know, attend the lectures perfectly, सर के ऊपर से जाएगा. ठीक है? So on Thursday we'll go ahead with the third part. I've already sent you the 2 parts, that is PPTs. Already 2 मैंने भेजे हैं आपको जो आज तक के लेक्चर के थे. थर्ड पार्ट हम लोग थर्सडे को स्टार्ट करते हैं. राइट? चलो बेटा, बाय, सी ऑल, हैव अ नाइस डे अहेड.